Every man dreams of achieving success, yet only a select few take the necessary steps to prepare for it. Fewer still are able to attain it, and an exceptionally rare breed truly embodies it. Success is not merely a fortunate accident or a stroke of luck. Rather, it is a deliberate byproduct, a bountiful harvest that emerges from the principles you adhere to, the thoughts you cultivate, and the actions you undertake. If you aspire to rise above mere existence, you must learn to recognize the signs that indicate alignment with these timeless truths. When you engage in the right actions, following the correct methods and pacing, life begins to reciprocate in remarkable ways. Circumstances shift, people become receptive, opportunities arise, and all of this unfolds quietly because true greatness is often subtle rather than loud. There are 5 pivotal actions practiced daily that will not only set you on the journey toward success, but propel you down the fast track. These are not merely habits to experiment with. They are essential laws of life that you must embody. They are not suggestions for personal development, but prerequisites for personal elevation. When you incorporate these actions with unwavering clarity and absolute conviction, you cease to drift aimlessly. Instead, you accelerate on your path, transforming from a hopeful dreamer into a powerful creator. The first of these essential laws is clarity of purpose. This is not the kind of purpose that merely looks good in writing, but a deep-seated fire that ignites your spirit. If you cannot articulate what you are building, then you are constructing nothing. You might find yourself busy, expending energy and time, but without a defined legacy. The individual on the fast track knows precisely what he is building and why he's doing it. He doesn't meander through his mornings. He launches into his day with purpose, like a ship guided by a steadfast North Star. Purpose is a source of incredible power. It streamlines your decision-making, silences distractions, and guards against temptations. A man with a clear purpose does not hesitate or question whether he should act. He acts because his vision compels him to. When you can articulate your purpose in a single, impactful sentence, when that sentence resonates within you, shaping your choices, conversations, and commitments, you transition from the realm of mere dreaming to the phase of active construction. To maintain this purpose, revisit it daily. Don't let it gather dust. Speak it aloud, write it down, walk it out. Inscribe it onto your subconscious until it becomes an integral part of your identity. Organize your life around your purpose, or risk having it fragmented in a multitude of directions. Purpose must transform from a fleeting emotion into a solid framework of your existence. The second indicator that you are on the fast track is mastery of discipline. Understand this: inconsistency is the most effective destroyer of potential. You may possess natural gifts, intelligence, and inspiration, yet without consistency, you will be forgotten. Discipline is not about punishment, it's about honor. When you honor your commitments, starting with the vows you make to yourself, you establish trustworthiness in the eyes of the world. A man who consistently says, "I will," and then follows through becomes an undeniable force of nature. Discipline operates not merely within the physical realm. It is primarily a function of the mind. When your mind governs your actions, you achieve true freedom. In contrast, when your emotions dictate your decisions, you become a prisoner to impulse. The disciplined individual develops a structured routine that supports his purpose. He does not let the day dictate his behavior, nor does he rely solely on motivation. He relies on a system. Your habits are essentially your identity in action. If they reflect your purpose, you will move through life with the urgency of someone on a mission. You will not need to summon motivation. You will thrive on the momentum you create. Build rituals that demand your greatness. Train your body, sharpen your mind, guard your mornings, and reflect each evening. Protect your attention as if it were a precious gem. Eliminate minor compromises that diminish your strength. Often say no, and say yes only when it aligns with your vision. Establish a code of conduct strong enough to uphold you in your weakest moments. The third force, propelling your rapid ascent, is mental direction, Tad. Each day, your mind is hard at work, whether you are directing it or allowing it to drift. The average individual lets thoughts wander aimlessly, absorbing others' opinions, entertaining self-doubt, allowing fear to speak, and then wonders why he feels powerless. Conversely, the fast-moving individual takes command of his thoughts. He does not accept the initial idea as definitive. He questions, refines, and, if necessary, replaces it with a better one. Beginning each day with intention, he rehearses his goals, affirms his worth, and envisions his victories. He takes the raw material of thought and sculpts it into a compelling vision. What you focus on dictates your direction. If you dwell on limitations, you will find yourself hesitating. If you fixate on problems, you will become reactive. However, if you concentrate on purpose, strength, courage, and possibilities, your thoughts become the fuel igniting actions and building certainty. This is not merely blind optimism. It is a structured strategy. You must begin to think like the person you aspire to be, rather than the individual you have been. Speak the language of victory before the battle is fought. Carry yourself confidently long before the world recognizes your accomplishments. Success will not come to those who wait, but to those who already manifest belief in their potential. Write down your thoughts, revise them, challenge them, and repeat them until the voice of doubt becomes obsolete. Your thoughts will eventually manifest in your speech. What you speak will influence your actions. What you act upon will form your identity. The fourth sign that you are progressing rapidly is consistent execution. Not fleeting moments or sporadic spurts of brilliance, but a daily commitment to deliberate and disciplined output. The person on the fast track does not wait for the perfect moment. He creates momentum through action. He does not rely on fleeting feelings of inspiration. Instead, he has built a life designed to achieve results without emotional interference. He tracks his progress, honors deadlines, and eliminates excuses before they can take hold. He finishes what he starts, not pursuing perfection, but striving for progress. Recognizing that imperfect actions taken consistently will always outshine perfect but delayed inaction. Execution levels the playing field. It cares not for your past, your losses, or how late you begin. It rewards those who take action, evaluate outcomes, adapt, and move forward again. Make it part of your identity to deliver your work, not to discuss plans, but to demonstrate what has already been accomplished. Learn to execute with machine-like efficiency while reflecting with the insight of a philosopher. That combination is the hallmark of true greatness. After you execute, continuously refine your approach. Do better, faster, and with greater skill. That kind of rhythm becomes unstoppable. Finally, the fifth law that solidifies your momentum is faith in the invisible. This is not blind faith, but a disciplined belief in the foundational principles that dictate success. Those who execute with faith do not wait for results to feel progress. They trust the process. They understand that if they build on a solid foundation, positive outcomes will eventually follow. Faith serves as the critical bridge between patience and persistence. It is the conviction that if you act correctly, with the right intentions, success will materialize. Not always immediately, but inevitably. Faith empowers you to continue when feedback is scarce. It enables you to ascend when goals seem far beyond reach. It is not born of emotion, but of conscious choice. You choose to believe your efforts have significance. You choose to have faith that your discipline will yield rewards. This belief grants you resilience, pacifying panic during setbacks, silencing critical voices, shielding your vision from doubt, and compelling you to keep moving when others might falter. When you integrate these 5 elements, clarity of purpose, mastery of discipline, mental direction, consistent execution, and faith in the invisible, you do not merely stumble into luck, you become unshakable. You cease hoping for success. Instead, you assert it, not through force, but through alignment. Success ceases being a distant goal and becomes a direct result of adherence to principle. The faster you align with these laws, the more smoothly life will cooperate with your ambitions. As a person aligns himself with purpose, discipline, thought, action, and faith, something remarkable unfolds. His environment transforms. People begin to notice his quiet confidence, his steadiness, the way he conducts himself unapologetically. He no longer feels the need to prove himself through words. His life becomes the living proof of his principles. His time no longer drifts aimlessly. It sharpens his vision instead. Habits cease to be mere acts of willpower. They evolve into the expression of his identity. At that point, the journey down the fast track shifts from feeling burdensome to becoming a vocation. You no longer force yourself to implement these 5 principles. You live them authentically, and that existence becomes your leverage. With purpose as your compass, you approach each day with clarity. You no longer wake each morning wondering what to do. You know exactly what your plans entail. Your calendar reflects your commitments. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to stay updated with more motivational content. Like, share, and comment to support our work and spread the message.